Come on in, please. Here we go. First goes the guys. Round of applause. Come on up. Thank you, Cozi. Does she look a little bit older, guys?
Hey.
A little bit older. All right, so that's really cool. So anyway, Cozi, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We have kept Cozi very busy the last few days. She's met hundreds, if not thousands of people the last couple of days. And again, this is a special event tonight just for you guys. And the reason it is because Dolphin Tale at the end of the day is not just about winter and her tail. Okay, it's about, by the way, who can tell me what is Dolphin Tale really about? Raise your hand, I'll ask you guys to be quick. What's Dolphin Tale really mean? Hey.
It's about winter and her story on how she lost the tip of her tail.
Okay. And what's the message behind that? There's a message behind that. Anybody else? When you think about what's the essence of the meaning of the story, what it's trying to get across?
It fell off!
You fell off, yeah.
You can do anything.
You can do anything. That's it. That's the message. You can do anything, right?
Yeah.
Don't give up, because winter refused to give up. So tonight is about that, about kind of revisiting why we did the movie, what it's about, telling some stories about winter, having you guys here, because it's really about inspiring people beyond, everybody has a life challenge of some type, right? So that's what the movie was all about. And when the movie came out, we got thousands of, and still do, thousands of emails and letters from families saying, this is what it meant to my child, or my son, my husband, whatever it is, and how they saw how winter got through her troubles, her life challenges, and how I worked through mine because of that. So that's what we're here to do, to talk about tonight a little bit. So we're going to do kind of a talk back here. Cozi and I have this down. We've done this like 25,000 times last week, so not 50 times. But I'm going to ask a few questions, go back and forth, and then you guys can ask a few questions, and then we'll do some pictures at the very end. Is that okay? Can we do that? Yeah. All right, you guys excited? Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, cool. Well, great. So Cozi, so Dolphin Tale, tell us how in the world did you ever end up being in the first movie? How did that happen? How did you come across it? And that's been an amazing process to get to that point.
Yeah, well, I started doing musical theater when I was 8, and I was Annie in Annie, locally, and I just love musical theater, so I did that for years, and when I was 10, I decided I wanted to do commercials, so I went into that, and then I wanted to do something that was more creative, and I wanted to tell good stories, so that's when I switched to film, and when I was 12. And my 6th audition, really, for a movie was Dolphin Tale. Which usually it doesn't happen that way, but I was really grateful that the Lord just planted me right where He wanted me.
So I've had 5 auditions. My next one is a lucky one again. So that was one more to go. Right? So, cool. So what was it like? By the way, you've done other things beyond films. What else have you done on video? What else have you?
I work on Disney Channel a lot. If you guys watch Liv and Maddie or Mighty Men, I'm on both of those shows.
Yeah.
You guys know that? How cool
is
that? She's a Disney kid also. Is that cool or what? Is that cool? So you've also done some other things that I've seen. I remember this true story. We're sitting in, my wife and I are sitting watching TV one night because our kids are pretty much gone, so we can actually watch TV every now and then. And all of a sudden this commercial comes on, and I go, that was Cozi. Rewind that. So you've done some commercials on TV.
Yeah, more commercials recently too. Yeah.
It was the Buick one, I think. When they come up as a cute one. So you've done TV commercials. So what was it like? All right. So you got the job on Dolphin Tale. So how did you prepare? Once you got the job and said, and by the way, I've said this all day in other meetings today, Cozi, there's thousands of kids were considered for the role, and obviously she got the role. By the way, she did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Good job. So, but there were lots of kids considered, and I got the call from the guys at Alcon Entertainment who are part of the filmmaker. They told me, well, we have our Hazelwood, she's a 10, and there's no question, and we're not even considering anybody else at this point. So I knew before she got the role. So anyway, so you get the role, and then once you got here, let's move ahead. What was it like the first time you arrived on the set? What was that experience like? You're 12 years old, brand new world, first major motion picture. I would have been nervous. What was that like?
I wasn't very nervous. I had a lot of time to prepare. Even before we started shooting, I had 2 weeks of just getting ready and meeting the dolphins and everything. So I was just ready for what God had in store. I was so excited.
So how did you like memorize, I get this question, like, did you memorize like the whole movie at once? And so day one, or did you memorize a little bit every day? How did you do that?
No, musical theater is like that. You have to memorize like 250 lines in one, to be able to say them all at once. But not in film. You usually memorize the scenes the night before. Yeah, usually like that. But you keep reading the script over and over to get rehearsed and to know how you want to approach the scene acting-wise and things like that.
How about acting coaching? You have somebody coach over the years? How's that
Yeah, Devin Odessa is my acting coach. She was on a show called My So-Called Life when she was younger with Claire Danes, and she, oh my gosh, I love her so much. She is so kind and beautiful, and she has a little daughter named Carlo.
So what's a lesson like? How does somebody teach you to act? What do they do?
Well, she doesn't really teach me to act. She just teaches me how to get my intentions across. Like, the emotions are from inside you, but then learning how to bring them out in the best way. You know, convincing the people of, like, helping people to empathize with your situation as you're telling the story.
When you cried, the crying scene, that you had some skills. Did you do a pretty good job in the crying scene?
Yes.
You guys ever think about that? How actors have to kind of cry on cue?
Yeah, they gave me like 40 minutes, and then I just had to go start crying, and then shut off and start doing biology homework. You know, it was crazy.
I can't think on cue. I can imagine having to cry on cue. That's difficult stuff. So, all right. So the movie comes. What was the whole role experience like? So when you left Dolphin Tale, the set was over. What were your memories you took away from the film?
Well, Dolphin Tale 1, I was just heartbroken. It was like going to Disney World every day for 3 months and then just not going at all. It was so sad. But I grew a lot in my faith, you know, with Jesus, just trusting him for whatever he had for me. And then by Dolphin Tale 2, I had learned that was coming. So I remember just feeling a lot of closure by the end because I was the last one to shoot. The entire cast was finished, and there was a scene, which coincidentally is the last scene of Dolphin Tale 2. It usually doesn't work out that way, but we shot the last scene at the very end. And I just remember just feeling like the time has come, everyone's going, it's not just me, you know, we're all saying goodbye, and it's just time for it to be over. And just, it felt really good. Like, I had just had the best experience ever, and I could not ask for anything more. I mean, that's such a cliche, but it's true.
You guys all know what the motto was in Dolphin Tale. What was the 3-word motto that was actually on Sawyer's knife? Remember those 3 words? Just shout it out if you remember it. There's 3 words. There you go. Our board chairman has it. Good job. Family is forever. Remember that? The words
Family is forever, yes.
Well, the movie talked about that, but I will say this, guys, the cast and crew, and we've done 2 movies together, it really is an extended family. Everybody does like each other. Everybody who worked on this movie said it was the greatest movie they've ever worked on. When you're working on a movie that inspires kids and talks about winter story, how can you not enjoy yourselves, right?
Yeah, good projects attract good people. We were all a complete family. The cast gets along better than you would ever even imagine. We're all just such good friends. A lot of us are like the best of friends now. Me and Harry and Nathan, who plays Sawyer, and Austin, who plays Phoebe in the movie. We're just such a tight group, and we would go out to dinner all the time. We'd have game nights with each other, and this is like after a long day of shooting. So, I mean, the fact that we weren't tired of each other was crazy. You know, we just love each other so much.
Well, that is really cool. So let me get into a little bit about the aftermath of Dolphin Tale. So Dolphin Tale comes out, and we had, as I mentioned, thousands of, the first night the movie came out in North America, we had almost 10,000 emails hit our server. And we've had obviously thousands since then, and letters and emails and, you name it, phone calls, visits. And most of those were families saying, you know what, we watched this movie, and let me tell you what that meant to my child, what my child was going through at that time, and how it helped change his life, her life. And then we started hearing from wounded soldiers. I got a letter in the mail, this actually was, about 3 years ago, a letter in the mail from a local group of wounded veterans, and they wrote the letter to Winter. They sent it to me because I was a letter. So then we started working with wounded soldiers. We bring them in here free of charge. And it's amazing to see these guys and gals, a lot of guys, who are battle-hardened soldiers that have had a major issue melt when they see Winter. And I have a film we just finished called Winter the Dolphin the Can that actually Cozi hosts. It's a documentary of our story here. And I tell a story of one particular soldier, and I can tell hundreds, about how he was literally gave up on life. He was injured in Iraq. He nearly died. 2 of his friends died. He was in a big accident, IED, roadside bomb. And he really gave up on life. And he came here to visit. His mom tells the story also about how it literally turned his life around. When he realized this little dolphin can do this, and I can get up and move on with my life. So, and some of you here have had that same connection. So that really is what Dolphin Tale is about. It's about connecting to her story. It really is a life-changing story for a lot of people. And I'm going to tell you one quick story, and then we'll move on and do some pictures for you guys, because I was here on Saturday a few weeks ago, and there was 2 families. And I could literally tell a story like this 1,000 times over. There were 2 families here, one on my left and one on my right. The family on my left was from Argentina. And they had 2 young girls, ages 5 and 10. And I started talking to the family. And the girls wanted to see the pelicans. They were kind of hidden. She said, we'll take care of it. So as we're walking them over, I just said, well, why are you guys here? And the mom just starts crying. And she said, let me tell you our story. And the oldest daughter is about 10, has had either 9 or, she's 10 years old, had either 9 or 10 open heart surgeries to date. And they live in Argentina, and they have to fly to Boston for every surgery. So just a horrendous life of those kind of issues. And she said, my daughter wants Dolphin Tale. And completely changed her attitude, her perspective. And she, every time before she'd go into surgery, she'd watch it again. She could be on the webcam watching Winter Live. It literally has got her through a bunch of her surgeries. So we came here all the way from Argentina. We had to see you guys see it. Okay? Completely turned this little girl's life around. Well, just to my right was a family from Australia. True story. It was a girl in a wheelchair, so I started talking to them. And her story was she was in a house fire. And she was about 10 or 11 also, but 3rd-degree burns. You can tell she was burned all over her body, and her mom told the story of how they had a house fire. I think the parents were gone, I believe, and she nearly died. But she survived, and she had a lot of skin graft surgeries, which is very common for burn victims. And she told exactly the same story about how watching Dolphin Tale and connecting to Winter is a real-life story of what she did, and just got her daughter through all these surgeries. She watched the movie all the time, and she had her little Winter plush doll with her all the time going into surgeries. And guys, so that's what Dolphin Tale is about. And for us, it's an honor to be able to work with individuals like that. So beyond being a movie, it's about really impacting lives. And that's what tonight is about. Some of you guys have had a very strong connection with the Winter story. I know some of the individuals very personally here. So that's what tonight's about. Talk about that a little bit, kind of share stories. But that really is what it's about. So Cozi, on that regard, have you talked to anybody who really felt like has had a really neat experience with Winter yourself? What have you kind of seen?
Well, I've seen a lot of really sad things that just show me the courage that we can have and the love, and show me how much the Lord has worked through a dolphin, to show his love to the world, and I've just seen so many things. I met a girl who was dying of cancer, and I wear her bracelet all the time, just to remind me of how special she was and her encounter with Winter.
Yeah, we had a young girl here during filming that was dying of cancer, and her last wish was to come see Winter. They came from Switzerland.
Her name is Zoe.
Yeah. So we actually, she was going to come visit on a Saturday. During filming, we were open on Saturday, so we come on Saturday, but I got a call saying she probably will not make it. So what we did is, can she come visit? We said, of course she can. So we actually closed down filming, and the whole cast and crew got to watch this, and she came out with her family. We spent about half an hour getting her really very touching moment for the family. So those are the things that, when you can offer that to a family, when you can do those type of things, it makes it all worthwhile. When you get up in the morning and impact lives like that. And so that's what Dolphin Tale is about. It's about really offering something of hope that is very unique. And I use the word hope because now we have a dolphin named Hope, right? And we'll head out. But first of all, thank you guys for coming tonight. And she was actually in the book, right? It's called Winter's Tale. And but she connected with Winter early on, like 5-6 years ago, and she's a very inspiring young lady herself. Does a lot. It's amazing what she does. She realizes no matter what my life issues are, I'm moving ahead. Prosthetic, yeah, just like Winter. There you go. She's just like Winter. So there's her connection. Is that a cool looking?
Ooh, I love the
like
design.
Leopard skin. There you go. That's cool. She could probably beat me in a race, I'm sure. But she goes. So people like Aiden, and you guys inspire us. So Aiden, thank you for being a great example, a great role model. So good job. Thanks.
Woo! Yeah.
But I do want some M&Ms for bringing up. Anyways, so that's, we like one row at a time. We'll do pictures and things. So maybe we'll start over here and we'll call upon your row. And we'll